Now I'm pleased to welcome to the stage Dr. Elaine P. Mayman, the president of Governors State University.
Thank you, Terry. And welcome to Governors State University's Convocation, a coming together of our community. Now, a few of you may remember, I'm not going to ask for a show of hands, a comic strip that was called Pogo. I won't ask for a show of hands, but anybody remember? It was really yesteryear's Doonesbury, and by the way, I hope you're reading Doonesbury, or at least you read it last week. I will ask for a show of hands on that. Did you see Doonesbury's attack on the for-profits? I think it did our hearts good to see that said. But years ago, it was Pogo. And from my youth, I recall a phrase from that classic comic strip, and it goes like this: "We are faced with insurmountable opportunities. Not insurmountable obstacles, but opportunities. Very ambitious opportunities." With that in mind, I hereby declare the opening of the 2012-13 academic year. It is a year of insurmountable opportunities for Governors State University, and I'll be talking more about that a little later. I want first to acknowledge our Board of Trustees, our Board Chair, Jack Beaupre, Vice Chair, Lorene Samuels, Trustee Brian Mitchell, and our student trustee, whom you just heard from, Aaron Fletcher. All our trustees, including Secretary Bruce Freefeld and Trustee Eileen Durkin, participated last week in a two-day retreat during which we engaged in in-depth discussions of the state of the university. And let me just say that a visionary, supportive, policy-making board is essential to all that we do at GSU. So many thanks to our board. The fact that the regional publics, each of us has our own board of trustees, is one of the things that Illinois does right. I'd like to thank the people who planned this event and the social hour that preceded it. Karen Caesar-Smith organizing our now traditional ice cream social, Food Services International, the Digital Learning and Media Design, Penny Purdue, our constructive warrior in residence, and let's applaud all of them. Now, our first order of business is the announcement of the 3 Faculty Excellence Awards. These are substantial cash prizes, $6,000 each. It's a good incentive. Just listen to the descriptions and do as they do. You too could be coming up here. Each recipient is a true exemplar. I want to give special thanks to the Excellence Awards Committee, chaired by 2011 Excellence Award winner Pam Guimau, and I'd like Pam and all the members of the committee to stand and be recognized. Now, I'm pleased to tell you that the committee had a very hard time, and they should, because the quality of the overall nominations were very, very high. The winners will not know that they have been selected until I read their names. So here's how we're going to do this. I'm going to call your name, and I'm going to ask you to come to the stage so that we can all thank you for your excellent example, and then I will read some things about you so we can watch you become embarrassed, and I hope pleased. And I'm going to announce the names in alphabetical order. The first name is Dr. Diana Gallant. Dr. Diana Gallant is an associate professor of mathematics. Her work is defined by creativity and dedication to her students. Students speak highly of her teaching and her extraordinary ability to organize complex material with a sharp focus on achieving the objectives of each course. She believes in learning by doing and using the arts as a mode of teaching. She has encouraged her students to connect art and mathematics through projects involving the Nathan Manilow Sculpture Park. Dr. Gallant is a consummate advocate for students, doing everything in her power to assist students in the timely completion of the math program. She stays alert to national trends in math education and encourages research partnerships and conference attendance. Recently, several of her students presented their work on integrating sculpture with the teaching of geometric concepts. Dr. Gallant's creativity and perseverance are in large part responsible for attaining the approval of GSU's programs in math education at both the undergraduate and graduate levels. These programs have grown in record time from 8 students to over 100. Dr. Gallant is tireless, engaged, imaginative, and completely dedicated to her students. As a teacher of teachers, Dr. Gallant is a role model whose character and intelligence influence countless students and her profession as a whole. Our next recipient is Dr. Ravin James. Dr. Ravin James is an assistant professor in the Department of Addiction Studies and Behavioral Health. She ensures that each of her courses include the most up-to-date scientific findings and technological advances. Dr. James is a true 21st century scholar and teacher, challenging her students to think critically, to pose ethical questions, and to engage in innovative thinking, just what Senate President Mohammed was calling for. Dr. James makes significant contributions to her program, the university, and the community at large. She assumed major responsibility for drafting the new master's degree in addictions counseling. She is committed to helping colleagues to teach creatively and serves as co-chair of the Faculty Development Committee. Last year, she served as a founding co-director of the Faculty Scholarship and Teaching Center. On the national scene, Dr. James brings honor to GSU by serving her profession as a committee member, chair, and consulting editor. Dr. James' accomplishments attest to her dedication to transforming teaching from the dissemination of information to the construction of knowledge. Our next recipient is Dr. Jason Zing Chi. Dr. Jason Zing Chi is an assistant professor of communication studies. His work at GSU is defined by creativity, dedication, and discipline, all of which inspires students and faculty to rethink the place and purpose of liberal arts education in the 21st century. Students speak highly of Dr. Zing Chi's teaching, especially his talent for engaging them in the significant debates in the contemporary world. Dr. Zing Chi is a catalytic force in enlivening theater study at GSU. He made excellent use of an intellectual life grant to produce Lines in the Sand, a performance and discussion on identity, media, and immigration. His research on cultural performance, his scholarship, and his unmatched work ethic make him a leader of GSU in reimagining the use of space for professional and community theater. Dr. Zing Chi has co-chaired the Gender Matters Conference Committee that brought international and national scholars to GSU in 2011 and 2012. Dr. Zing Chi has thereby contributed to GSU's reputation in the exciting field of gender studies. Dr. Zing Chi is thoughtful, creative, and hardworking professor demonstrating an exemplary dedication to his students, his university, and his profession. He is tireless, engaged, steadfast, imaginative, and prolific. Congratulations to all three Faculty Excellence Award winners.